Turo, luxury Uber, private jets. Those are all concierge services that service other people in like transportation or travel type of situation. What's going on, family? Welcome to another video. And of course, I had to give y'all the sauce today. All right, this is something that in our community, no one talks about. I say this a lot because the topic, y'all, a family office, y'all don't even know what that means. Most people don't even know what a family office is. They think it's a person or an entity or something. And so every time I say that y'all really don't know what it is, it's actually true because you really don't know what it is, right? So I'm gonna really break down today, and I'm gonna have a whole series on this. Like, I'm literally creating, like, think of this as like episode 1 of like the family office series. And we're literally just going to break down everything revolving around family office and how you can actually build a family office, right? Now, I do have a previous video explaining why family offices are important, but today I'm really gonna be breaking down the components of family office, and I have notes here for me to go off of, so don't judge me, all right? I gotta make sure to give y'all the right info, all right? So the first thing, right? These are components that you need in order to actually have a successful family office. So the first thing you need, right? And this is not in order, okay? So I'm just putting this out there. This is not in order. If we were to put this in order, I probably would rearrange this a different type of way. And if you want this in order, let me know in the comment section. I could probably put it in the description or in the comments below. But first thing you need when it comes, or number one in regards to the family office, is you want to have a lifestyle management service. All right. Now, this is more like a concierge. You haven't definitely watched Succession. It's definitely a great show to actually watch in regards to learning this type of information. Is they had a concierge service. A concierge service is pretty much, or a luxury concierge service is like private jets / PJs, black cars, SUVs, Mercedes, like pretty much those people that pretty much take care of people. Like, so Turo, luxury Uber, private jets, those are all concierge services that service other people in like transportation or travel type of situation. So one thing you could add within your actual family office is a lifestyle management service. This is where you could have a designated driver working for you. This is where you could do a lot of different things that can benefit you as a whole because it's a tax write-off. Okay, why would you need a concierge service? Usually it would cost maybe $7,000 a month for you to actually have to really have a designated driver for yourself. Let me tell you why these are benefits. One, you could write off the car. One, you could write off the person that's actually driving the car, write off the gas, write off the maintenance, because this is all for business. Right, so like these are things that you're just doing that naturally is for you, because naturally most people don't want to drive anywhere. They naturally would rather have a person drive them around, right? And so we might as well write that off. And so a lifestyle management service is just an easier way. If you're traveling, why not write that off? If you're doing things, it's just a way for you to make deductions when you're creating your income, right? When it comes to the lifestyle management service, you may not have this as soon as possible. So this may be something that in the future, a chief investment officer would be taking over. But if we're talking about right now, I would say probably start off by doing Turo or having somebody do, because I want to make sure I'm giving you all implemented steps as well for something like today to like right now. Maybe rent your car out. Do you know what I'm saying? And you could probably, that's you being in the concierge service right now. So that's a service that you're giving to other people. It may not be for yourself. The only thing you could probably do to yourself right now is write that off, but you won't be able to like drive yourself, if that makes sense, unless you like book the person and then sure, you're driving yourself. But like, if we're being honest, lifestyle management service isn't probably something right now that you could do unless you're doing a Turo or Uber business or something along those lines, right? Second thing, wealth management. This is something you should be doing right now. This is something only you yourself, if we're talking about as soon as possible, should be focusing on, right? This is dealing with your credit, your life insurance, your income. This is dealing with things that you obviously need to do. This is what I like to call income generation. You want to make sure that you're generating income on a regular basis so that you can actually become wealthy, right? And so if you're working a 9-to-5 right now, I would focus on becoming more valuable at your job. Maybe take on a second position at your job. If you're in a serving industry, which is the only thing I can relate to, because that's really the only job I've had, try to become a bartender to increase your income, right? Try, do more things that can allow you to have surplus when it comes to your income, so you can have ways to actually build wealth in other areas of your life, right? So that is the wealth management. Third thing, succession planning. Have a person, a CPA, which we'll talk about later on in this video, but you want to have a trust attorney as well. A trust attorney is very great in regards to trust law tax code, stuff like that. So you want to have a trust attorney or a trust advocate. I'm a trust advocate. I'm not a trust attorney, but I would say I'm pretty well informed when it comes to knowing how the trust structures and how the trust laws work, right? So you want to make sure that you have a succession planning strategy, which is also dealing with estate planning as well. In a sense, you want to make sure that you have a next generation strategy as well, where if anything were to happen to you, who's going to be your heir, who's your beneficiary, who's going to take things. This is things that you want to make sure that you take care of yourself, right? Number 4 is trusting corporate services, right? So this is, like I said, dealing with the succession planning, but more focused on you giving that service to other people or your family, right? This is just another way for you to build more wealth. If you learn the service of trust, why not teach the service of trust? Okay. This is something you can easily do right now. Getting a trust is something you can easily do right now as well. If you want to learn how to get a trust, definitely join our free training and you'll learn all of this and even more. The link is in the description. All right. So trusting corporate services, you can do yourself. You can just sell those services out. Next thing is family governance, right? You want to make sure that you're governing your family. If you ever heard of having a family government, you want to have a family government, okay? So just like the regular government, you have an executive, judicial, and a legislative branch. You want to have the same thing within your family, because what this does, this allows you to actually do the succession planning on autopilot. And when we all expire. The two things that's guaranteed is expiration and taxes, all right? Unless you got tax strategies. But the key thing here is that you know you're going to expire, but your wealth needs to not ever expire. So you want to make sure that you have automations and strategies in place where family governance is not an issue. All right. Next thing, I talked about actual succession planning before, but I'm going to get really, really more in depth in regards to next generation cultivation. Okay. So when it comes to next generation cultivation, this is where you actually educate your family and educate the next generation. You want to create a course that actually educates your family so they can actually learn the same material that you've learned, so that they can consistently pass that on. And what you want to do within this course is you want to make sure that the one person that's joining, when they hit a certain skill level, always adds to that course. So every generation, there's a new skill level being added, which adds more value to the actual course. Okay. Now, another topic that I want to touch on in regards to family governance that I almost forgot is you want to make sure that you have a family constitution, aka charter. So there's a difference between a family constitution and a family trust or trust period. Family trusts deal with the legal side in regards to building generational wealth and etc. Right? The family constitution more focuses on family principles, vision, mission, and values, those type of things, like conflict resolution type of situations. So you want to make sure that you have those things in place. The next thing you want to do is tax planning. You want to have a tax strategist or a CPA on your team. This can be virtual. This can be in person. I suggest in person. I suggest making a friend, build relationships. You can never have too many of these people. Okay. Have a tax planning person, have a tax strategist, because this person is really going to take you to the next level in regards to learning the tax codes and evading the tax codes. All right. The next thing is you want to have a charity and philanthropy system. All right. So a charity and philanthropy is similar to impact investing, right? You want to make sure that you're investing and impacting other people, and you're not just giving away things, you're investing in impactful scenarios. Okay. So this is where you start building your family foundation. You want to start implementing those things, right? You want to start implementing nonprofits. You want to start implementing what I like to call 508c1as, which is a ministry trust. Okay. So if you have those things in place, you will be A-okay. All right. A-okay. The last thing you want to implement, y'all, the last thing when it comes to building your family office, and like I said, I'll have videos explaining these much more in detail, but I'm giving you the overview, is you want to start doing business development. There's no point in having a family business if you don't have a business, right? So you want to make sure that you actually have a business. This is something you can do. This is dealing with the income generation side, but you want to actually have a business, y'all, like truly. Just like start a business or buy a business. These are options that you can obviously do. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have these things out, structured out. Of course, I have a corporate structuring series coming out very soon. Make sure to pay attention to that. And y'all, I'm telling you, if you want to learn more information about how to actually implement some of these things, you want to make sure to click the link in the description, join our free training, because we're literally going to give you all the sauce. So knowing that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.